Good evening, Drew.
I almost forgot it was Thursday.
Oh, but you remembered. I'm important.
Yeah, you are important. You're one of my most important people in my life.
Oh,
Oh, man. What a week. You taking tomorrow off, buddy?
I'm taking Tuesday off.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking tomorrow off.
Nice. Good for you.
Yeah, I have a really busy week next week that I need to prepare for, but I'm just like, I kind of want to sleep in.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have some follow-up for the podcast.
Okay.
We need to go back a couple episodes where I talked about getting my security system installed.
Mm-hmm.
Loyal listener, singular, might realize that, I had asked you, hey, what would you do if you had somebody you paid money to do a bad job on something, and you asked like, hey, I don't like this, and they sort of stonewalled you, and your response was that you were going to kind of just shut up and take it.
Yeah, I would shut up and take it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I typically do the same thing because I don't want to be a hassle to anybody. I just don't.
Now, if I remember correctly, they did not run the wires for your security cameras the way you would have liked them to.
Yeah.
Okay.
What it boiled down to on two of the security cameras, they just did not look very good. So in summary, the camera on my front porch was mounted to one wall, but the wall that was sort of like 90 degrees, because it's in a corner, right? So the camera was mounted to one wall and the hole was drilled in the wall next to it. And the wires kind of ran through that into my garage. And then outside of the garage, rather than drill a hole through the wall into the garage, they ran a piece of conduit down the side of my house into my foundation and then into my crawl space and then over to where I have the system. When I had the guy come out to do a quote, he was like, yeah, we'll just drill a hole here, run your cables through your garage or your attic, and then we'll be done. Well, that's not what they did. And I asked him about it while he was doing it, and he goes, well, this is how it was written up, and that's how I have to do it. And I'm like, okay. So I stewed on it for a couple days. Like, I got the invoice, and I stewed on it for a couple days, and I called him back, and I'm like, look, not really happy with how this came out. It wasn't really what I thought was going to happen. I was like, I would really try not to be mean because the guy that came out was super nice and he did a good job. I mean, everything other than it not being what I wanted, like it was done really well. And he said, okay, look, don't pay your invoice. He goes, what we'll do is we'll have a guy come out. We'll sort of see what the work is and we'll see how we can fix it. So the guy that originally gave me the estimate, he called me and he's like, I can come out this day and, take a look. So he came out and he was an interesting guy because he's like an older guy. You can tell he's been doing this a long time. And, he took a look at it and he goes, yeah, I thought I didn't write it up this way. He goes, well, we'll get it right. He goes, and let me get back to the office and we'll find a day where someone can come back out and take a look at it and get it fixed. So a couple days go by. I don't hear anything. And then I get a phone call saying we can have somebody out on what day was that? That was the 31st, which was Tuesday.
Okay.
But this was like all the way back in mid-August. So it was like 2 weeks go by between I get the phone call saying they'll be there the 31st and the guy telling me they were going to be there the 31st. So anyway, Tuesday comes, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm downstairs working and I hear the doorbell ring and I'm like, oh, someone's here to fix the wires. And I'm thinking, surely they wouldn't send the same people that messed it up the first time to come out and do it again.
Of course they did.
But I opened the door and surprise, that's exactly who it is.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah, it was very awkward. And I'm like, hey, you? And you're like, yeah, we're here to redo your wires. And I'm like, man, what a shitty situation, because I didn't want them to think that I'm a complete like ingrate, right?
Right.
And I just explained to him, I'm like, hey, just so you know, like this is kind of what I want to do, and the one on the back of the house is fine. It's just this one here I want to get taken care of. And he's like, okay, no problem. So they did it, and it got fixed, and it looks so much better. It looks so much better now. Yeah, good. So it's exactly the way I want it now, and The moral of the story is sometimes it's okay to be assertive with what you want,
Hmm. It's a good
and so,
lesson to learn.
sometimes it does work out, and you don't get beat up and get your lunch money stolen. So yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's the moral of the story. So everything's good. I pay the invoice, and yeah, that's it.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad that you got it fixed and you're happy. You know, it doesn't make me happy, Drew.
What doesn't make you happy, Paul?
So at the end of actually more follow up at the end of last episode, you recommended a YouTube video
I
made
did.
by name
Quins.
Quinn, yeah, Quinn's from Shut Up and Sit Down. He
Mm-hmm.
also makes videos for a channel called People Make Games, and he did a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of investigative journalism about Roblox, and they're a pretty shitty company.
Yeah,
Turns out,
it's real bad, man. It's real
yeah,
bad.
yeah, yeah.
So summarize it. So summarize it. What did you think?
I was surprised. Like, okay, so part of it I wasn't super surprised, but I was like, the whole. Let's take a step back. If first of all, this link will be in the show notes again. Watch this video. Quinn will do a much better job explaining it than me. But I'll give it the color, knowing that my kids, mostly my daughter now. My son doesn't play it anymore, but my daughter does. Roblox is one part game slash experience, and one part like creation tool. So if you want to create an experience or a game, they make it relatively easy to do so. You can, I know you could always monetize said game. They have a currency called Roblox, and you can charge, no, Robux, Robux. You can charge Robux for things inside of your game, very kind of like mobile experience, like, buy more gems or whatever. I One of the things they covered was just how hard it was to get your creation noticed, and that didn't surprise me. Like, there are literally thousands of these things. They only show like the most popular games or the games that are trending. It didn't really surprise me that, like, yeah, it's hard. Like, it's like the App Store, right? Like, either Google or Apple. Like, there's so much stuff in there, and unless you have a means of marketing your thing outside of the store, people are never going to find it, right? So I guess with Roblox, you have to get like streamers to play it and stuff, whatever. That didn't surprise me. What did surprise me was Roblox doesn't pay you with real money. They pay you in the virtual currency, in
Right.
Robux. And if you want to get money out, you have to sell the Robux back to Roblox for less than they're worth if you paid them.
Yes.
So they're like, yeah, like someone spent $5 on your game. Now you can give us that $5 back, and we'll give you $2.50. It's like, yeah, mm,
It's
it's a
it
little
was
scummy.
it
Yeah.
was very eye opening. Now
Mhm.
now now that you've watched this video and you've had a chance to digest it, and I'm glad that you did.
Yeah.
I, let me just say I don't have kids that I know of, and when you watch this, right, do you
Mm-hmm.
go to Zach and say, "Hey, Zach, you know that game? Like, don't play it anymore." Or maybe, like, let me take a step back. You're not that dad. You're not going to forbid Zach from playing it, I assume. But, like, you at least, like, show it to him, like, hey, this is pretty scummy and you should play a different, better game.
You know what? I thought about it. My daughter primarily plays games on there.
Oh,
And
that's right. It was your
yeah,
daughter. It was
yeah.
your
Well,
daughter.
they both did. Like when Zachary was younger, he played a lot of Roblox. Then Arabelle did, and now like Zachary primarily plays Destiny 2 and only Destiny 2. Uh, and Arabelle, my daughter, plays a lot of Roblox, but like she doesn't ask for or ask for us to like or spend Robux. That's not something she's really interested in. And for her, it's mostly about like a digital place to hang out with her friends, like a metaverse, if you will. So I'd hate to take that away from her, but if she ever asked, like, "Hey, Dad, can I spend $10 and get some Robux?" I may be like, "Well, you see."
Yeah,
because right now she's just costing them money, right? She doesn't give them any money. She doesn't spend, like, she's just using server resources and electricity and costing them money.
That was the really eye-opening thing from the video when I watched it. Because of their concurrent player count, they have some pretty serious infrastructure sink.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And they're valued at some crazy amount because of their player base.
Yeah, it's hold on. Value
Wasn't it a couple billion?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Let's see. They're traded. What's their market cap right now? The internet won't tell me.
It was high.
Market cap. For their market cap is currently that I didn't see that right. Like 46 point some billion. It's ridiculous. 48.63 billion right now is their market
for Roblox.
Yeah, they have
for friggin' Roblox, man.
Yeah. Let's see. Their monthly active users is currently 199 million.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's they're it's huge. It's absolutely huge. It's and how do I put this nicely? It looks like absolute crap. I do not know how these kids in the age of like really well polished games, heck, even like really well made, good looking like mobile games, like Roblox just is ugly and janky and but
well, is it because there's this element of like it's so kind of bad that it's good, you know, or the games that people make are fun because there's no other games out there that you would have to pay money for? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that's part of it is like, yeah, like you can't play, you know, something like, I don't know, you can't play a real game. Like you can't play, you know, Hitman or Cyberpunk, but you want to play a really janky Roblox version that someone made in their basement? Right. I got you.
Right. Well, I think that's why games like Dreams for PlayStation exist, right? Because giving people the ability to create something that they have a vision or they think they could do better but lack the programming experience to do it, it gives them the tool set to make a thing.
Yeah.
And that could be funny, right? So if you have a group of 6 friends that all have the same sense of humor and somebody makes a total goofy game, like I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Maybe we should make a Roblox game and not get paid for it. Oh
man, don't even tempt me. Don't even tempt me. Okay.
But it's a good video. I recommend everybody go out and give it a watch. It's really well done. In fact, I actually ended up watching some other videos on that same YouTube channel and have been pleasantly surprised with the quality and the topics. So
those guys really know what they're doing.
Yeah. The channel is People Make Games on the YouTubes. Go check it out.
Yeah, it was really good. We'll probably drop a link to their YouTube channel in there. What is it? You said People Make Games, right?
People Make Games. Yep.
People Make Games.
Hold on. I'm getting it. Hold on. I'm there. I got it.
Hey, while you're doing that, before we hop into this next topic, really, really awesome job with the editing this week, buddy. I listened back. Yeah, you layered in our boy talking about the Sactionals.
I did, and I even tried. I don't know, like I even tried to bring the background audio up and down so it was loud when we weren't talking. Yeah, I could have done better, but for the amount of time I spent on it, I was really pleased with the results. So, yep.
Was it like a huge pain in the ass?
Honestly, the hardest part of like The only part of the edit that is really difficult is getting the two tracks synced up. For those of you who don't know, how we record this podcast in a method, it's called the double ender. It sounds dirty, but it's not.
El double ende.
Where you're communicating on Skype, but that we're not using Skype's audio. We're both recording the audio directly off of our microphones, and I sync those two up together, two independent tracks, and then take out silences and some crosstalk and some ums, but not all of them. Getting the third track to line up correctly, because I didn't really have we didn't do like a 3-2-1 start or anything like that, just trying to get it ended up so our commentary matched what was going on. And once I had it synced up, the rest of it was cake. So
cool.
Yep.
You're just full of surprises. I'm proud of you.
Woo.
Speaking of full of surprises, all right.
I wish
again.
I wish I had this thing so I could talk
once
about
again,
it.
Okay. Let me just say, once again, I'm a terrible friend because I promised to get you.
Nope.
All right, let's just dive in. So, Paul, what did you buy?
It's fine. It's fine. So, I ordered an Xbox Series S.
Series S.
S.
S is in not the fridge.
S is in not the X, which is somehow not as good.
Right.
Yeah. So what Drew's alluding to is Drew has an Xbox Series 1 he was going to loan me. And even before you said that, I had been just probably for a good solid 2 months, I've been kind of under the mode of I'll keep an eye on stock alerts and restock rumors for the Xbox Series X. And if one of them just kind of happens to cross my path that it was available to buy, I was going to order one. I didn't want to pay the $800 on eBay for someone a scalped version there. But, if a Series X crossed my path, I would order it. Oh, and quick aside. Goddamn, Microsoft can't name shit. I'm sorry. Yeah, these names are so bad.
We're bad at
it. Well, we've got the Xbox One, the One S, the One X, the Series X, the Series S. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, if you want an example of how to name consoles good, just look at PlayStation. They started at 1, now they're at 5. They had a Pro in there. So, the PlayStation 4 Pro is better than the PlayStation 4. Very easy, no confusions. But then, so I was, I was thinking the other day, I was like, well, I can't remember what it was. Okay, I do remember. I should have kept the video. YouTube just kind of presented a video to me of it was something along the lines of, I'll see if I can find it and put in the show notes. I'll go through my history. Why the Series S is really the console for most people. And really what they kind of, the pitch of the video was, if you're primarily, if you don't care about 4K, if you don't care about, the highest graphical fidelity or all the most teraflops, or playing games on a disc, if really you're gonna be a more casual user who's pretty much just gonna play games off of Game Pass, the Series S is perfect for that. And I sat and I thought to myself, I'm like, that's a good point. The Xbox is never going to be my primary console. That's gonna be my PlayStation 5. Games I care about, even cross-platform games, I'm going to pick the PS5. I like the controller better. I like the features of the PS5 better. Most of the games I want to play anyway that I'm really excited about are on PlayStation exclusively anyway. The Xbox is never going to be my number one. In fact, it's probably going to be a number 3 after my Switch. So why am I going to spend, the full price for, the big boy, the big fridge, the Xbox Series X. But really what I want to do is experience Game Pass. That's what I want to do. I want to experience Microsoft Game Pass. I think it's a great deal. I think there's lots of great games. I think the value for the money is pretty good. I wanted to try that out. And unlike the Series X, you actually can order it on some places. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save the money. I'm going to spend, just the $300. I found a place that didn't make me have to buy a bundle or anything like that. Like I just want the box. Ended up being that Best Buy claimed that they'll have 1-day shipping. They lied. They lied, Drew. They lied. That's okay. It's supposed to come tomorrow. I have a UPS email email from UPS that claims it's going to be there. Don't be creepy. I guess no one's going to hear this until I have it, so you can't come steal it off my porch. That's how time works, Paul.
I mean, assuming it shows up at the right porch.
That's a good point. It's UPS. That's pretty consistent.
Oh, that's right. It's on Amazon.
We're good. We're good. Even Amazon's figured it out. But yeah, I ordered one. And I was hoping to have spent a little time with it today to talk about my impressions, but that didn't happen because they're dirty, dirty liars. That's why.
Well, okay. So I heard everything you just said. Okay, I heard everything you just said. First of all, proud of you. Second of all, it's interesting the way you sort of have already pigeonholed this console as third stringer in your house. But gonna make a little bit of a bold prediction here. I think once you get your Game Pass, I think this is going to be higher up on your list.
Okay.
Just because of the sheer volume of games that you will have access to.
It's possible. I just wish.
And I know you like the controller better. I know that.
The Xbox controller is wrong. It's wrong. It's backwards. They should feel bad. It's wrong.
Okay. And it's because you like having both of the analog sticks down low.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
So a couple things here. I think you're really gonna like it once you sort of get used to it. I think that having played PlayStation, now I have never used a PS5, and I'm going to assume that the menu, like the home menu for PS5, is probably like it was for PS4 and like it was for PS3.
It's a little more. No.
No. Okay.
No. In fact, I wish it was exactly like the PS4 because that was better. The PS5 menu is not great. It's getting better.
Well, that's kind of where I'm going with this is I don't think the Xbox home screens are anything special either. Yeah. So I don't like my prime experience for like console home screens was like my Xbox 360. I thought that one was laid out nice and it was easy to navigate.
I had the 360. It was I had the original Xbox and the 360, and
right.
I liked it was like the blades, right? Like yeah. It was fine. Yeah,
it was fine.
Yeah.
But we can't leave well enough alone. So
no.
I think that the console that gets it the most right is the Switch. It's like here's your games, press a button, like that's it. Like
yeah. Well, like, the Switch doesn't try to be like Nintendo's like, it's a game console. You don't want to play games on it? Middle fingers.
Right.
But like PlayStation and Xbox, like, well, you want to watch Hulu or Netflix or put a Blu-ray in or, like, and they support all this other crap. And so, and then one of the things that irks me, I don't know how, again, I'll give you my opinions on, the Xbox next week when I just get to use it. One of my biggest issues with the PlayStation 5 menu is, generally speaking, if you're bringing the console up and a game's not already been running, like the first thing you really see is an advertisement. When you download a game, you automatically, like when you purchase and download a game, you automatically follow it. which basically means like, hey, I want to see news about this game and a row of icons of people who are currently streaming it and an ad about upcoming, DLC and all that crap. Like that's the default what Sony wants to show you when you turn on the console. And I hate it. Like I just give me like my games, but no, the games are to the right one, and you have to go over there and pick your game. And
Right.
like once you're out of that, it's fine. I think it's not as usable as the PS4, but they'll get there. I mean, they hit it with the design stick. Like it's so over designed and like, but like I just don't want to see an ad. Like there's a whole part of the thing called the store where if I want to buy something, that is where I will go.
Correct.
But I'm excited. Like I'm really excited to try Game Pass. That's what I'm excited about. I'm excited about Game Pass.
Here's like the secret weapon, right? Is one of the reasons I love Game Pass is being a glorious PC gamer is the fact that I get like so many of these games on my computer.
Right.
And like the big AAA games, like those are nice, but there's a lot of really good indie games that show up on there. And like Hades, right? Like Hades shows up on there. I mean, I'd own that because it's terrible. It's a terrible game. It's a great game.
It's a great game.
It's a great game. But like they recently remastered all the Quakes, and those are there, right? It's just really good. Yeah, I'm actually really excited for you to get your hands on this.
Yeah.
Now, here's the next question I have for you. Do you have Game Pass?
Right now?
Yes.
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, I happen to know a guy who can get it a little bit cheaper, so you should text that person tomorrow so he can help you out.
Okay, I will do that.
Yes, you will save about 47%.
Ooh,
I think. I don't know. I got to go look at the numbers. I saved 100%.
Okay,
but
you should save 100%.
I did. 'Cause perks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like their intro kit should be: here's an Xbox Series, here's your laptop, here's an Xbox, here's Game Pass.
Well, back when the Microsoft stores were a thing, we had a discount there. Now there's a company store
at the retail stores?
the retail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could walk in there and get some deals, and like that's where I would go to buy my Pro controllers because you got a pretty good discount on those. Yeah, that's the other thing you should look at as a Pro controller. Xbox. I have one. If you, I mean, if I was not a terrible human and actually got the things I promised you, I could. Are
you talking about the Elite wireless controller?
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay,
it's got some
hold on.
heft. It's got some
all right
heft.
Elite. I'm gonna drop a link in here for those people who look at show links. Huh.
So me basically.
Okay. Oh. Huh.
These controllers are really good, Paul.
Okay.
They're
Whoa.
really good.
Wow. They're not cheap?
Nope.
They are currently on sale for $157.99 US American Freedom Bucks.
Can't afford not to.
$180 normally.
Yeah, so the big selling points here.
Oh, it's got the thing. It's got buttons on the back.
It's got buttons on the back, and you can customize them. You can take them off, like I do, because they just accidentally get hit.
Oh, you can take them off. Okay, okay.
Yeah, you can take them off.
All right. They're very proud of the triggers.
Yeah, it's what I like most about it is the thumb triggers are very, very sensitive. And just nice. And then
you got different D-pads and thumbsticks you can put on there. But you can't put the thumbstick in the right spot. No. That'd be a great feature. Right. Okay, and here, quick gripe. The Xbox Elite wireless controller has a rechargeable battery built in, unlike the standard Xbox controllers that ships in the box. Those run on AA batteries. Correct. In 2021.
Correct. Hey, but good news, it's USB-C.
Yes. That is the controller charges USB-C, but all of the ports on the Xbox Series S are USB-A, which I thought was just kind of, I don't know. I didn't look to see if the X had USB-C on it as well. The PlayStation 5 has both, which I think is very polite in this day and age of, the transition. But AA batteries in a controller. But regardless, I found some inexpensive, like, rechargeable batteries on the internet, so I don't have to just chuck AA's in there all the time. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm excited to give it a try, and I will give a full report next week.
All right, I'm excited for you, man. There's some really good games on there. I think you're really going to enjoy yourself.
Okay, all right. Refresh my memory. The cyberpunky side scroller that I have to play.
The Ascent.
Thank you.
Yes, I would love to play it right now, but it's they have broken it on Game Pass for PC.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's very buggy. I have actually considered spending money on it on Steam because the patches get to Steam before they get to Xbox.
Oh, got it.
Because the approval process for Xbox is apparently like harder.
Longer,
even though it's on the PC version, like there's like an approval process and like a deployment process that it has to go through. Whereas Steam's just like, fuck it, give me patches. Gabe Newell's like, I don't care. Anyway, yeah, The Ascent. That is what you're gonna want to play.
Okay.
And it's actually really fun. Like the combat in it is quite good. It's a twin stick shooter, so that's not usually a genre that I'm good at. But it's a good game. You will enjoy that.
Okay. It'll be one of the first games I download.
Yes. Now this next topic. let me What?
I'm sorry because you don't even know what the funny part is yet.
Okay, well, so all right. This afternoon I was sitting at my desk and I was on a call. And my phone ding-a-linged, and it was from my buddy Paul Baylor.
Uh-huh.
And the message was, oh fuck. Paul Baylor.
I had to just that's what it wanted, and I thought it was too good to change.
Paul Baylor has invited you to join a blend on Spotify. Join the Spotify mobile app. Join on the Spotify mobile app, and then there was a link to Spotify. Mm-hmm. And I looked at this and I'm like, this is in the text that I normally get from Paul, but this is a link.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought for sure I had just been fished because I was like, what is Paul going to make me sign up for?
Oh.
So I clicked on it. And before I get into how fucking embarrassed I am, let's just talk about Spotify Blend, please, because I don't understand.
Okay. It's talking about links in the show notes. I'm putting a link to the official newsroom press release for Spotify Blend. And Drew, I invite you to click on this link right now and join me. And users at home, or listeners, besties at home, pull over your car and click on this link.
Or look at my playlist and drive off the road. Either way is fine with me.
So, according to this newsroom article, Spotify Blend. Well, here's so Spotify Blend gives you the point is, if you have friends, that's a big if, and they both have Spotify, you can make a playlist that is supposed to mix and mingle like two people's musical tastes together into one playlist. This article is
I want to believe that there was actual intelligence used in this process.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't
think there is. Okay. I don't think there is. So this article is it's all about, like, they're talking to people on the team. There's big, well-produced photos of people in there.
Big
photos.
Silicon Valley eyes.
Blend is more than just a playlist. It is an in-app experience. Uh,
Tell us a story of a way music has brought you together with another person.
So, what I thought was gonna, when I read the article and I read the press release, I was like, I wonder if it's gonna try to find like songs that kind of like, I don't know, like meet in the middle of people's musical tastes, and there'd be some sort of like intelligence where it'd be like, whoa, like you don't, neither one of you listen to this artist, but people like people listen to like the bands you listen to, people also listen to this music, and you have that in common. And here's something that would like bridge the gap. And maybe it does that, like if both people like Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift and stuff like that, maybe it's more find a common ground. Maybe our music is just so divergent, but it really feels like they just randomly pick songs from both of our like library and just went every other one.
Well, okay. So, all right. First of all, I think, and I can't speak for yours, but I can tell you that the ones that it chose from mine are ones that I have been playing more of recently.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was like select star from dbo.drew, order by play count descending, cross apply dbo Paul. Like it was literally like I think that was the extent of the intelligence. It's like, hey, here friends, look at what each other are playing, even though you could already do that.
Yes.
So I clicked the link like an idiot in my text message, and it created, there's just really no way to say it, the worst possible playlist that I think could possibly exist.
You know what? Hold on. I'll put a link to our playlist in the show notes. How about that? So other people can experience this abomination.
Now, here's the thing, right? Because, so full disclosure, the first like 8 songs on my list are not good. Like, they're not my favorite songs. Like, I play them a lot just because they're on a playlist that I usually play a lot.
Well, see, like, on mine, like, they picked, like, albums that I've been listening to a lot.
But not the songs?
But not the song that I would have picked.
Well, so that's interesting, right? Because I usually don't listen to albums. I
do.
I usually pick a song in my playlist and I start the radio, or I use the Made for You playlist to just to change it up. And then I will add songs to my other playlist like from there.
Yeah, I primarily either listen to like the Made for You playlist, or like 90% of the time I pick an album and I listen to an album. It's a very the metal subculture is not single driven, it is album driven. So but there's some like The Changeling Prince by Thou, like that's probably the best song they've ever made, but I don't know if I would have picked Stay Gold off of Dominion. It's
well as it normally happens with Spotify, I got this playlist and I started clicking through it. And I didn't realize that it was literally every other song.
Every other song.
It's literally every other song. It's like you, me, right?
Yep.
Well, what happens in me and Spotify is I usually have it on as background noise, and it very quickly becomes background noise if I'm engrossed in something. So like I was putting together like an architecture diagram today for somebody, and I sort of lost track of the fact that this playlist was playing, and I was working, and I started realizing that I kind of like some of your songs, and that really scared me.
Oh,
because
shit.
There's a lot of people grunting and yelling, and I'm like,
a lot of that.
Do I like this? And some of these songs on your playlist, I actually kind of liked.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, let me hit you with one.
So tell me more. Hold
on, wait, let me find it. Where was it? Hold on. It was like further down the list. Oh, crap. You're going to put me on the spot. Oh, is it this one? Yeah, One of the Dead from Monument of Misery.
Oh, yeah.
That song was playing, And
Yeah,
like it was one of those things where it had probably started playing, and it really because like it starts off what I think it starts off not as hard.
yeah.
No, it
There.
does. It starts off kind of slow, but it picks up speed. So like it was one of
Yes.
those things where it was playing in the background and it was playing slow, and then once it picked up, I started noticing that it was on. I'm like, this is pretty good.
Yeah, that's by a band called the Convalescents. Uh, they are actually from Toledo, Ohio. Uh, and I believe they are actually going to be in Columbus real soon.
And like Claw and Crawl, like that was really good too, by Youth
Okay.
Code and
Oh,
King.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, so that's a very interesting one. Youth Code is kind of more of a like straight up uh like industrial kind of music group, where King Yosef is does more what you would call hardcore, but he's also like a big music producer, and they did an album together. It's called A Skeleton Key in the Doors of Depression, and it is an amazing album. Uh, just absolutely terrific. I recommend it all the way down. But yeah, not all my music is awful.
no,
Well,
I think you have a very particular taste, whereas mine,
yeah,
okay,
yours is all over the
all over the
place.
goddamn place. But I would say that there is a lot of like drum and bass. There is a lot
Yep.
of there's a lot of uh wubs and dubs, as young Evan Dawson would say.
Yes, lots of wubs and dubs.
There's lots of wubs and dubs on there, and then occasionally some rap
Yeah, I
and
don't.
some house music, right? Like there's some Swayzak in there. I don't know if they're technically house, but like
Yeah,
mine is very, very strange.
yeah. I need to give more of them a listen. I didn't really spend much time with all of your tracks.
I feel like
As
I feel like
should have.
I feel like the better songs from mine on here are Swayzak. They have a song called "In the Car Crash" that I just super dig the beat on that one.
Car crash.
Logic ended up on here because I've been listening to a lot of Logic. Subfocus is one of my favorite bands. There's a song on there called "Splash" that's really good. Okay, Jesus Christ. So "Foregone Destruction" is actually a song from Unreal Tournament. How did that end up on here? Let's see what else. Ghost Train, which is a song by Knife Party, remixed by a band named Muzz. That's a pretty good one. I really like that. Yeah, I feel like those are the better songs that it picked on here. Like, what are some of the other ones? I don't even think I even finished it. And they only picked 50. It picked 25 of each.
25 of each. Yep.
Yeah.
And apparently it's okay. So here's the thing, boys and girls. The songs we're talking about right now might not be there when you go to the playlist, because apparently the blend updates daily.
Wait, what?
That's what it says.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
So this is going to be a living
my
playlist
shame might be worse, better, or about the same.
Yeah.
Come the time that people actually look at these playlists. Boy, this is weird, man. This is weird.
I just really go like, I cannot stress how odd this news article is announcing this feature.
It's a very like r/I am very smart. Yeah,
It's interviews about people who take the feature way too seriously, and
guys.
also okay, go ahead. No,
it's you fucking used a database of some kind to match two data sets together, guys.
yeah.
Guys, is this what we're calling data science? Kind of.
So for those of you who want to create your own blend with a friend, It is not.
No. You know what? No. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna create a blend with me on Spotify, and you're gonna mix up your shitty music and my shitty loins with my shitty music. We're gonna have shitty music babies. I want everybody to create a mix with me, only me.
Okay. So if you want to do it, you have to do it. You have to go to the mobile app, and you have to tap on search. Why search?
You have to do it in the mobile app.
You have to do it in the mobile app.
I can't do it in the desktop?
No. You can see the playlist on the desktop, but you can't make a blend from the desktop.
All right.
You have to click
Create
on
a blend.
search, and then if you scroll down in the search, under browse all, it will say made for you.
I'm setting this up with Eric Darling right now.
Click made for you, then say create a blend, and then you can text the link. I think you can do more than one person, or is it just one person? No,
it's just one person.
It's just two. Yeah, it's two people right now. So just you and a friend. So make a blend.
Oh my god! I hope I have so many regrets when Eric clicks this link.
And there's no explanation. It's just like Spotify blend. Make one. Click the link.
Enter your credit card.
Oh,
god damn!
Password here.
Follow Me by Shook One's a pretty good, or Shock One's a pretty good too. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to defend my selections here.
You know, if I was going to pick a song out here to recommend to others, it would be track 49 as of now, Hollywood by Emma Ruth Rundle and Thou. They are two dramatically different alt artists. Emma Ruth Rundle is kind of like alt rock. Thou is some of the sludgiest sludge metal out of Louisiana. It's slow, it's heavy, it's thick, it's just brooding. And they did a couple of albums together. And their two styles, I think, just mix really well. And this particular one is a cover of a Cranberry song.
Oh, I like the Cranberries.
So it's just very, yeah. It's two very different styles. What's the vocalist from Thou is probably my favorite metal vocalist to date. He's got some good growls.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Paul, because I was sort of clicking around on the tweets and toots, and I was looking at your Twitter profile, and I feel like we're due for some Paul Loves Metal updates, bud.
Oh, yeah, I'm bad at that. I'm bad at the internet.
January 27th.
Yeah, that's a long... I don't like metal anymore. Yep.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Yeah, make shitty music babies with me. But yeah, I would say from mine, I was like, I'm a huge fan of Swayzak. Within the Car Crash, there's a couple other good ones in there. A lot of drum and bass stuff. Fighting Fear is pretty good too. I don't know. It's very like jungle drum and bass type stuff, and it's music that I can like really jam out to when I'm like heads down working on stuff. I don't know. That's what ends up on my playlist. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to make any apology. But I'm interested to see how this changes, though. Does it change?
I don't even know how Cannibal Corpse got on this. I don't understand. Okay,
Cannibal Corpse? Why is that not good?
I know. I hardly ever listen to them. Like hardly ever. Like I think this is their new. If this is what it is. This is their brand new album, and I think I recently listened to it because it's their brand new album.
Oh, right.
And I'll probably never listen to it again.
Well. Okay, so mine, right, I can understand Logic showing up here with, like, 5 hooks and the no pressure intro and stuff, but, like, David Bowie Diamond Dogs. How, why? And it's the remastered version, which I don't even think I even listened to. Yeah, this is weird, man. Oh, that reminds me, though. We good to get off this nightmare?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, listen. My dad was in town last week, and he's an Apple TV subscriber.
Okay.
And he asked me if I had started watching season 2 of Ted Lasso, and I said, Dad, I haven't watched any Ted Lasso because I don't have Apple TV because I'm poor now. And he said, well, we start watching it. So like we were in between building some shelves and working on some stuff in my house. And we ended up binging the entire first season.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really freaking good. I thought it was just a comedy, and it is funny.
It's funny, but yeah, it's a more of a feel-good show.
Yeah, but there's some of those characters got a lot of stuff going on, man.
Yeah, yep.
I understand why it was nominated for so many awards now.
Yeah. It won quite a few, too. Yeah.
It did. And you know what? It's just a good show. Yeah. It's just a really good show. And we started season 2. Like, I watched the first episode of season 2, and I'm like, this is so good.
Yeah, the premise is so ridiculously stupid.
Well, that was it, right? Like, that was it. I started watching episode 1, and I'm like, he's just a coach of a soccer team now. And, like, they don't dwell on it.
Nope.
And they just go full bore, and, like, you learn who Ted is, and you learn who his boss is, and you learn about the team, and you learn about Jamie Tart, doot, and yeah, Danny Rojas. It's just...
And Roy Kent.
I like Roy Kent a lot, actually. He might be my favorite.
Yeah, he's got a very different role in season 2, and it's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I like it. Mm-hmm. I really like how they explore his friends.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. It's like, obviously, like, you know, the show centers around a London football club, right? A soccer team, but it's not about soccer. Like,
no.
There is soccer.
There is soccer. Soccer happens.
Soccer happens, but the soccer is just there to move like character development and stuff like that. And like the most recent episode, like, I can't remember. I think it's episode 6 or something. It's called the signal or the sign. I can't remember. And the end of that episode does it so perfectly, because like there's a big like monumental sporting event happening, but you're catching it just through like a radio broadcast that happens to be on, and they're ignoring it because there's something very personal and intimate going on in the foreground, and it's just done so well.
Okay. Yeah, I might turn into an Apple TV subscriber because of this show. I did the free trial, and like For All Mankind was good and whatever, but this show is really something special. So
yeah,
I'm just here to say, man, like, I'm super late to this party. I like it a lot. I wasn't one of the people that got in on this early, and I hate being that guy that jumps into something super late and has to recommend it to people. But just an absolute delight of a show. It's an absolute delight of a show. It
is so good. Greg, I think season 1 is better than season 2, but I think season 2 is still really good.
Well, season 2 is not over yet, right? There's only like 6. It's only like 6 episodes in, right?
It is so good. I have watched every episode of season 2 twice.
Wow.
I just I'm going to watch that again. And then I do. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably going to sign up for that this weekend. I'll watch some more of it when I'm off tomorrow. It's just really good.
It's really good.
All right. Let's see. I think that's everything on our list, right?
That's it.
Let's
put a bow on this thing.
Yeah, let's do it, buddy.
As always, you can find us on the internet, doingtheirbest.com, and on Twitter at doingbestpod. You can find me on Twitters at Paul Baylor. I love your tweets. Keep them coming. Where can we find you, Drew?
I'm on Twitter at Pittsburgh, Pittfurg, and coming soon to a stream near you, Train Sim World 2.
Ooh, did you get the fancy controller?
No. God, no. I wish. No.
Oh, all right.
See you guys.
Thanks for listening.